Let me tell you a story. If my math hasn't failed me, about 11 years ago, I performed in my school's talent day. And at the time, I didn't have any measurable talent as such because I used to do a whole lot of stuff. I was kind of like jack of all, but master of none. So I performed, right? And we had a bunch of options we could choose from. And if by chance we had a talent that wasn't in one of those options, we could have picked that as well. But the options were singing, dancing, and stuff like that, right? So like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna sing, and I sang "Radioactive" by Imagine Dragons. Now I don't know if you can tell from my voice right now. I suck at singing. I cannot sing for shit. I've been playing drums for quite a while, but I cannot sing at all. But I sang regardless. And after my performance, the whole school made fun of me, right? Because we had to perform in front of a bunch of people, and I was insanely embarrassed. I regretted performing. Like, it was the worst decision I'd ever made. So once the performance was done, everyone was laughing and making fun of me. But what I realized was I had a lot of fun, and the laughing and making fun of eventually died out. But that experience stayed with me, and that kind of made me more, well, I'd say bolder to do more things I was scared to do because I realized it's not that big of a deal to begin with. So then I started beatboxing and then I started performing that as well. And then eventually people started making fun of me and they actually started appreciating, like, whoa, cool performance, man. And what I'm trying to say is everything you're afraid of doing is not even something to be afraid about because people really don't give a shit about you as much as you think you do. So let's say you're scared to do something, right? Let's say you're scared to dance, talk to someone new. Now you'll be thinking in your mind, oh, what if this person says that? What if that person says this? It doesn't matter. 90% of the time, they won't even say anything because people are much nicer than you think they are. Now, unless you go to someone and they actually ask you to fuck off or they tell you you suck at something, then yeah, I mean, you'll get over it eventually. But for the most part, people will rarely ever say something bad to you in today's world, at least when there's all this talk about positivity and mental health and all of that, right? People are not that rude. Well, on social media they are, so that makes us think that gets us thinking that, oh, people are actually that rude. But in reality, they aren't that rude. So what I'm trying to say is when I got over that fear of what will other people say, what will other people think, or what if I embarrass myself? Oh, that's cringe. It's not cringe. Cringe is only something where others perceive it to be stupid, right? But we don't care about others' perception because eventually it fades away, and what will stay with you is the memory of doing that activity, not what the other person says to you, right? And people have their opinions about everything. That doesn't mean never stop doing anything. If someone comments on the food you're eating, are you going to stop eating? No, that's really stupid. So what I'm trying to say is, eventually you will realize that what other people say or what you think in your head is cringe is not really cringe, and people don't judge or care that much about everything you do. And once I got over that fear, only I could go ahead and start two businesses, which I failed eventually. But who gives a shit, right? People will rather appreciate you trying to start a business than you failing in one. Because you only need to succeed once. You can fail 100 times. No one's gonna give a shit. So bottom line is, if you're scared to do something, just remember everything you truly desire is on the other side of embarrassment. So don't be afraid to be embarrassed.